life finds a way. Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back. Today we are talking about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the follow-up to the not so great Jurassic World, and I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised. I went in very low hopes because I absolutely love Jurassic Park. It is one of my favorite movies. When I went and saw, or I didn't go see Jurassic World, I saw it for the first time a couple days ago on DVD, but when I watched it, it didn't feel like it, one, paid homage to the original, and two, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel part of the story. It didn't even feel like it had a story. It just kind of felt like you're on an island with dinosaurs get loose, they attack. It didn't have the emotional follow through, I feel like, that the original Jurassic Park did. But with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I had so much fun. For the first like 2/3 of it, it just felt a little bit like a stupid action movie, but you get to the last third and it gets intense. It feels like a Jurassic Park movie, and I absolutely loved that. Before I get to some of the things I didn't really like about it, let's talk about some of the things I really enjoyed, which is actually probably a longer list than the things I didn't like about it. I absolutely loved what they did with Bryce Dallas Howard's character in the first Jurassic World. She just felt like she was there. She didn't really have any emotional development, didn't really go anywhere. But with this one, she felt so much stronger and kind of just paid homage to Laura Dern's character from the original Jurassic Park. And Chris Pratt kind of stayed the same. He was the same character throughout pretty much Jurassic World and this one. Maybe a little bit more badass, but I mean, he kind of just played a Chris Pratt action movie character. He had a couple quips, did a couple fight scenes, and played with some dinosaurs. Basic Chris Pratt stuff, but I'm not faulting him because he is Chris Pratt. He is one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite TV shows, and he is Star-Lord. So I'm not going to fault him for that, but he was probably my least favorite of the cast for the most part. Justice Smith was the quintessential nerdy guy. He just played all the stereotypes, which I'm not like super fond of, but he had a couple really great lines and some pretty good jokes. Again, just kind of a stereotype. And the scientist doctor, I don't remember her name, she was kind of just there, but she did play a really good role in helping with Blue and them escaping. I didn't really get a lot of development from her as a character. I know there was supposed to be a lesbian reveal, but I think we may have missed it in the screening I was at because during a kind of pivotal part of the movie, a huge fight broke out, and it was probably the most intense and funniest thing I have ever heard or seen in a movie theater, because never seen something like that in a movie theater before. And yeah, I think we missed kind of a big part of the movie, but it was also something that you kind of caught up on later on, so it wasn't super mind-blowing that whatever we missed. Character development, Bryce Dallas Howard wins over everybody else, so... And of course, I can't talk about the cast of this movie without talking about Dr. Ian Malcolm. I'm kind of sad. This is a slight spoiler alert, but I think this is kind of out on the internet. I knew it, but going in, that he was only in it for a couple minutes. You don't get the Jeff Goldbluminess that you get in the first Jurassic Park movie, which I wasn't expecting much more. It was kind of just a cameo. They really only brought him back for this cameo, and spoiler alert again, they brought BD Wong back for a slight cameo as well. The BD Wong one kind of paid off a little bit better in the end. Kind of, I guess. His character goes away, but you don't know what happens to him, so maybe that'll happen in the third movie, because they are definitely going to be having a third one of this, and I hope it's the end, because they just keep making franchises like this, and I don't want them to. I mean, they're fun movies, and this one was definitely a lot more fun than the original because it just felt more intense, especially, like I said, in the last third. It has a raptor scene that almost rivals the raptor scene in Jurassic World. It is super tense, and at first it just felt like it was trying to live up to that with the tension, but later on there is a fight with the dinosaurs that was just so much fun and so tense and scary. And the new dinosaur that they have is probably the coolest one that they've had since the T-Rex, or actually even the raptors in the first one. They are, whew. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it at least for this dinosaur, the raptor on raptor fight scene at the end. Plus, you get some pretty fun dinosaur fights that you don't really get to see in the first Jurassic Park movie. To be completely honest, I haven't seen Jurassic Park Lost World or Jurassic Park 3, so I can't tell you if it's comparable to any of those, but Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, you don't get dinosaur fight scenes like this, which was really fun, and I enjoyed that a lot. They kind of did a very Spielberg-y thing by holding off on showing you the full new raptor until about, maybe I would say, a good chunk of the movie, probably about halfway to almost two-thirds of the way through. When they revealed it, it wasn't as scary of a reveal as, like, say, when they revealed Jaws for the first time, or when you see the T-Rex for the first time in the first Jurassic Park, or the raptors for the first time in the first Jurassic Park. But at the same time, the rest of this scene, or the rest of the raptor scenes, really live up to the reveal, so I'm kind of okay with it. And one last thing before the rating is the theme song. You all know the Jurassic Park theme music. Let's listen to it a little bit. But the first one really played up that theme, and this one, it only brought it in at a certain point and at the end credits, but the certain point that they brought it in on that you really notice it really just is at a moment where you're kind of looking back on the original one and everything that happened stemming from the first Jurassic Park, and it just, again, I say this word, it's paying homage to the original, and that's kind of what made it feel like it was paying homage to the original, to the masterpiece of cinema that movie was. It just was such a very touching, heartwarming moment that I absolutely adored. And one last thing, the fact that they threw in some pretty crazy twists and turns that I didn't even see coming. I went to go see this with a friend, and they actually pointed this out to me, and I kind of agree. There were so many twists and turns in this, I did not realize. I thought it was going to go one way, and it went someplace else, and then it ended up going back to that way. It was a lot more suspenseful than a movie like this you would think would be. You would think that this movie is just going to be some other stupid action blockbustery movie. First two-thirds of it is very much that, but the last third gets into this very gritty, intense thriller that can only be captured by dinosaurs with sharp claws trying to attack a little girl. My rating for this, my rewatch score, is I'm almost leaning on collection because I had so much fun, even with the fight that interrupted the movie, but I don't think it's a 5-star review for me. I don't think it lives up to a 5-star rating. I would say I would Redbox this. I definitely would want to watch this again because I had a lot more fun watching this than I did with Jurassic World by a long shot. If I didn't own Jurassic World already, I probably would give it like a TV. So this is a huge step up, and I'm really proud of what they did. Like, I have no part in it, but I'm still super proud of what they were able to accomplish and pay homage. It's kind of like they took the feedback that they heard from the first Jurassic World and put that into this one. If they do make a third one, which they will, because this was probably the most packed I've ever seen the theater that I normally go to. That's usually very empty, even with big movies like this. It was so packed. It was more packed than I've ever seen it. So this movie is definitely going to be making a lot of money, and I'm not surprised. So what if they make a third one? I really just hope that they capture the essence that they had in this one and live up to that and just recreate something as special and as great as this. Not trying to be the Jurassic Park, because this one wasn't trying to be Jurassic Park again. Just like the first one kind of felt like it was trying to be Jurassic Park, but this one, it kind of was there. It's a nice addition. So Redbox this movie, unless you go see it in theaters, because it was a treat to see it on the big screen. I mean, I had never seen a Jurassic Park or dinosaur movie like this on the big screen, so it was nice to see the T-Rex the size of a T-Rex. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Was it better to you than Jurassic World? I really hope it was. Or was it even better for you than Jurassic Park, which I really hope it wasn't. But do you think it's kind of almost comparable? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really truly do appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new because I love talking movies, TV shows, filmmaking, film history, all that fun stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!